Yo, big up, man. Honestly, that made me laugh. I don't know why I was sitting there backstage. I just started creasing. I just started creasing, man. Big up to everybody, man. Um, Iraola's here, man. He's here. He's here. He's here. He is here. Big up Scraps. Big up H in the building. Am I excited? I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. This appointment has intrigued me. I've spent all day, by the way, just trying to I've got a video coming out. It will drop tomorrow morning now. Because I'm too tired and I actually can't be bothered. I was actually gonna post that video this evening, but it will drop tomorrow morning on Iraola. Yeah, just kind of taking a look at him, the comparisons with Klopp and obviously Slot as well. Yeah, but it's an interesting appointment, man. It's an interesting appointment. Big up Andoni Iraola himself in the building. I hope you're doing good. We're going to take a look at the quotes and stuff like that since he's been appointed. I want to know from you guys, really and truly. I did put a poll out there as well, so make sure you guys click your answer on there as to whether you guys are excited, man. Like, did you want him? Are you're not really too excited? Like, I want to hear everybody's opinion. You know what I mean? Because I think an appointment like this is it's just intriguing. I really don't know which way to kind of go. You know what I mean? And like I said, I spent the day just looking at his football and stuff like that and seeing how he plays and etc etc, and it's all I'm going to say is it's going to be an interesting appointment, and I think it's either going to go one of two ways, and obviously we'll take a look at a few things. It's either going to go really well and you're going to see almost like an evolution of where we last left off with Klopp, or it's going to go terribly wrong. Liverpool going to get the recruitment wrong, and it's just not going to go the way that people kind of want it to go or need it to go. Do you know what I mean? Moving forward, how much time are fans going to give him? How much leeway are we going to kind of give him as well? But one thing I will say, he just seems like a calm person, and I also didn't know that Liverpool tried to sign him back in, was it 2014, just before the World Cup? I'm pretty sure that, yeah, apparently Liverpool tried to sign him and we didn't. He stayed at Athletic Bilbao. So, yeah, I guess he's got history, you know what I mean, with Liverpool, especially under these owners as well. And also, he's got the relationship with Richard Hughes, man. So, excuse me. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. What does everyone think and blah blah blah. And then, yeah, we'll talk about it, man. We'll talk about it. I just want to get everyone's kind of first reactions now that it's obviously been he's been kind of appointed, because you and I in the chat, you already know from this point on, where trust me, just look out for my videos, look out for Enz's, look out for whoever. I don't know who else is going to be doing videos, but we're going to see a lot about Slot's football, and it's just going to be interesting. It's like when we hired Slot, right? And we kept seeing everything about his football and blah blah blah. His one was more of a mystery because we had not seen it in England. We'd only seen it in Holland, in the Eredivisie, and that's a league that we don't really respect. We've seen Iraola. We've definitely seen it, and obviously I'll talk on that anyway. But we've seen what his football is about, and we've seen how well he's been able to do with Bournemouth playing that style of football. That's going to be the interesting part as to how it translates to Liverpool. Can he translate that to Liverpool? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Big up Chaz, man. He wants to be part of us, to deserve to be us, and wants to use young players. Slot can never. The contrast to Iraola announcement compared to Slot is night and day. G. I can't remember Slot's one. That one was kind of. I'm sure because Slot's such a chill guy. Like, he just kind of came in and blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean? Like, one thing I will say about Slot, yeah. I feel like with someone like him, obviously, even when he came into the job, I almost felt like it's difficult in it because you're coming in after, like, straight after Jurgen Klopp and everything, and what all that kind of means. But he also kind of came in with this kind of, I'm calm. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't dislike that. I'm not going to sit here and lie, just because he's left the building and how it kind of ended. I liked his kind of persona. He's got more of a me persona in terms of very nonchalant kind of thing. Although I didn't really like the excuses that he was making up in regards to the defeats and stuff. But I like his kind of nonchalant attitude. And just like me, we've always got an answer for everything. We've always got an answer for everything. Do you get what I mean? You can't really tell us something without us biting back in some way, shape, or form. Listen, we're both hotheads, we're both bored. It's probably just one of them kind of things, man. He spoke well. Love what I heard. No, good. I'll take a look at the quotes now. I haven't actually seen As soon as I saw, oh, he's been appointed now, I said, all right, cool. So I just gave up on the video I was doing. I said, let's just do this video, have a chat with the people, and kind of get the first-hand reactions before it all kind of sets in, and then yeah, we see how everyone's feeling later on. I'm looking at Yanzi and Monday match with France. He's doing well, but 130 is still crazy. I heard he's playing today. I know for a fact. In fact, I don't know what minute they're in or whatever. If he scores, Liverpool pages are gonna flip in. They're gonna eat that up, man. They're gonna eat that up. G said Spanish football. Yeah, I'm in. Well, listen, you know me. You know what I mean? Spanish football. That's my kind of. That's my field. That's my field. That's my type of football. Maybe not so much his type of football. And this is something that I did want to point out was, as much as I like his football, do I like his football from afar? You know, like when you think about players that you like, right? You might, just if you go back through your Premier League years of watching football, there are some players that you've liked, but you like them from afar. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've always liked Nico Crenshaw, but I don't know if I'd sign him. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I really wanted a Nico Crenshaw. I liked him over there at Spurs. I don't know if I would have liked him up close playing for my own team. Players like that, he's just the first one that popped into mind. But sometimes I always think that, and that's not to say they won't do well. It's got nothing to do with that. It's just more, yeah, I'm just like, okay, yeah, no, I like your football. I think it's cool. I think it's good. I think it's quite progressive. Will it work here? I don't really know, but I do like your football. I'm just hoping that what needs to happen now is that the team needs to buy into it. That I'll be real, that is the most important thing. And what I also want from all of you in the chat, and this is for you guys, big up Krishan, I want you guys to take this over into other chats, whether it's Coppish, whether it's Jamie, whether it's Enz, whether it's Savage, whether it's whoever, right? Let's not go overboard either way. Obviously, if we start seeing some crazy football, then I hear it. But if we don't, and it's just maybe it meets our expectations, let's not go too far either way. Because we saw what happened with Slot. You know what I mean? I don't want to, there's a few people when Slot won the league in the first season. Yeah, now I'm seeing dissertations. Do you know what I mean? On how great it is. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be happy. I'm not saying that we shouldn't celebrate. No. I'm just saying, let's just take time. Do you know what I mean? Let's just take time, and let's also, I want everybody to always do this with me. If I do lives and I do videos and stuff, I want us to all analyze. I've got something in mind for when the season starts, right? Where I want to do the analysis, but with you guys as well, because I feel like I want everybody to see the same thing almost. Obviously, we've all got different ways of perception of kind of watching football. I get that, but I do want us to all together so that when we're in this community, whether you're in Enz's community, whether you're in Savage's community, when we're in this kind of community, we know, okay, like we know what we're seeing. We don't need to listen to the big guys. I'm not going to call them out, but we don't need to listen to the big guys and listen to their kind of narratives. We can push back on those kind of narratives, and then we can, move forward. But yeah, that's kind of my thinking for next season anyway. There were things we liked about what Slot said. So great that he's saying what he's saying, but all about actions. Not exactly, Krishan. Exactly. Big up Beans in the building. Big up JP. Excited to watch my team again. I think everybody is. I can't even front, man. Guys, please smash the like button. Please smash that like button. And by the way, big up to everybody who watched my Joshua Abe video. Like, I didn't realize so many people liked the video, but listen, if you're a new subscriber from that video, hey, welcome to the chat. But yeah, big up to everybody for watching that video. It's doing some good numbers. I did not expect that at all. So big up. Happy about Iraola. Also happy he said he will adapt his system to the players. Hey, let's see what that is like. We need signings because this team won't do what Iraola wants to do. We're going to talk about signings in a second. Jesus, I can see the message now. What I want to know, a midfield three you think would be good for Iraola? Yeah, don't worry, we're gonna rap about it. I'll do my 11 kind of thing, and then yeah, we'll talk about that. Don't bring nothing to my chat, but ignore that, people. Big up Sav in the building. Big up, hope the new gaffer will do his job, unlike the last vacations. Dutch. That was Klopp. That wasn't Slots League. Let's be real. We can't do that. Come on, bro. I know what we mean. I know, but we can't take away that title. Like, listen. Let's put it this way. He's definitely put that on his CV. When you're applying for job, he's definitely put that on his CV. And when he goes to his next job, he's gonna be like, "Yo, Do you get what I'm saying? This is what I've done. I don't know what the previous manager at your club did, but this is what I did. Do you get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Big up Liz in the building as well. It will take 2 to 3 months to adapt, especially with our unfit players. Players like Mac can't do that, so he has to go. McAllister definitely has to go. 2-3 months. All I am saying is after 2 games of De Zerbi football, Tottenham was playing that football. I'm just going to throw that out there. Like I said, again, big up. We got some instead of the community, Krista says. All right, cool. Let's look at some of these. Let's look at these quotes and that. Yeah, I'm saying. Let's look at that. Oh, look at that. People have gone. They're doing the spaces. But I ain't been in a space in time, you know. Completely forgot about them. Completely forgot about them. What's he saying? What's he saying? If I click it, will it go? I don't really want to click it. I think Liverpool gives me the chance to coach top players, and top players give you the chance to fight for titles, to win titles. Obviously, when you arrive at a place, you cannot promise everything. You cannot promise, but it's true that I understand where I'm coming and what is expected. I'm ready for the challenge. Okay. I still remember the goal Chiesa scored at the end of the first game of the season. We were there with 2-2 thinking that probably we could take something. He scored and the place erupted. It was crazy. I want now to feel this from the other side at the beginning when you arrive at any club. I think you need to kind of prove a little bit yourself. You need to earn the right also to belong. I want to do this as quickly as possible so I can also celebrate with them and can be part properly of those celebrations. For me, football is about emotions, about passion. I'm quite cool-headed, probably during my life, quite rational, I would say. Yeah, it seems like it. But it's true that when the game starts, when you have to celebrate a goal, something is inside, no? Something is inside, no? Did I say that right? Something is inside, no? I think this inner energy, you need inner energy. Who are you? Freaking Cell. I think this inner energy, you need it as a player, you need it as a supporter, you need it as a coach. No better place than Anfield. It matters a lot to everyone. Football at the end is about emotion. I understand it's also a privilege, but also a big responsibility because all those people want to be represented properly, and we are here for it. Blah blah blah. Identify. Okay, I would love from my side, from the players' side, so all those people to identify also with the football. I like that line. I would also love from my side, from the player side, so all those people to identify also with the football, identify with the values of the squad, and we are all in for this. That is in okay, okay. He's saying the right things. He's smart. He saw what happened with Slot, and I'm pretty sure maybe even Klopp. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you see when you're doing the first interview, mention thing of identity, values, mention those things, because if you do, people will lap that shit up. I hear it, and listen, that's smart. You don't need a lot of things to get attracted by Liverpool. Liverpool is Liverpool, but obviously the atmosphere, the supporters, the club, the players, the chance for me to coach top level players, the chance to fight for titles. I think it cannot be more attractive than this. It's difficult to find it. So really excited. And then last but not least, obviously, you know about Liverpool. You know that it's a big club, a massive club, one of the biggest in the world. But feeling inside and understanding a little bit more of this club, I always thought it's a special club. Not about the football side, also because what people think about during the week, how they are passionate about the club. Yeah. Okay. He's like I said, he's saying the right things. Is the stream buffering? Oh, is it buffering people? Sorry, apologies if it is. Apologies, Trudon. As long as you heard me, then that's the most important thing. Strap saying it's fine. Christian saying fine. Okay, cool. If it is, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I actually don't know what I'm gonna do, but just let me know. At least then I know. I know. But nah, like I said, man, it's just he's saying the right things. Obviously, it's difficult because he hasn't obviously come in yet. If I played it, where's Enzo Savage? Yo, you man, if I play this off of Twitter, will it get copyrighted? That's all I'm gonna wait until one of these two reply, if they're even here in the chat. Yeah, man. Yeah, I just think that with someone like him, like I said, it's just going to be interesting to see how well he can obviously do at the club. And yeah, when we're talking about players, we all know, and I think we all agree, yo, Liverpool in desperate need for players at this moment in time. Obviously, I didn't see the Yan Diamonde stuff, but I literally, as I was doing setting up for this stream, I started to see a bit more about Yan Diamonde, and I don't know. Does it look like a Diamonde is kind of coming? I mean, I'm very undecided on him. Just Sav saying don't play. Okay, cool. All right, love, love, love. Um, yeah, I'm very undecided about Yan Dia. If you're free, by the way, Sav, yo, I'll send you the link. I'm very undecided about Yan Diamonde. Not to say he's not a good player. I've not watched abundance of him, so let me not cap and be like, oh yeah, I don't really know. But yeah, I just think Liverpool going to need, I wouldn't say specific profiles. They're just going to need, they're going to need a certain type though. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it needs to be too specific. But one thing I was thinking about earlier on, right? And I posted this on my Twitter account. Mikel Arteta obviously spoke about PSG, obviously, and I know that's PSG. And he spoke about, I think someone asked him about whether or not are there things he wants to take away from PSG style of play, right? And one of the answers that he gave, or the answer that he gave, was about, yes, he wanted to take away from their style of play, he wanted to take away their individual actions. Like that was something that he thought about. And I could, and you know, Mikel Arteta, he's one of them guys. He's probably a nerd. Like I could tell he thought about that. Like, and he's probably thinking about it during the game in itself, especially when you see the quality of the players that they have. And it had me thinking since that day I saw that quote. It's just had me thinking for time. Like every time I think about, you know, the type of players that Liverpool are in for, and I'm not saying they need to be of PSG quality level, even though Diamonde is being courted by PSG. But every time I think about it, I'm always like, yeah, it's true. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like we keep reducing, and it's so funny because I've muted the word DM and destroyer on my Twitter because I'm tired of seeing those words. Like like it bugs me. Like I don't. What the hell are those things anyway? I just need a midfielder. How about that? I just need a midfielder, and I need somebody who can play a bit of football in there, right? Whatever that looks like, whether they are a bit defensive, because you got to look at it like this here. As I said before, when we're looking at like the DM position, right? When you think about the top teams, and as I'm talking, I'm trying to make sure I've not put myself in a bit of a bit of a fiddle. In the top teams, I can't think of those destroyer type DMs though. I really can't. Like I can't. Oh, say so. I can't think of those destroyer type DMs. Like someone you're like, oh my god, like this is like a Mascherano. This is like a Kante. Even this is like, I'm not really seeing that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and do you know what I'm saying, Christian? Like, where are they finding these destroyers? I want to know. Like, where are you finding these guys? Because I don't feel like these guys even exist at this point in time. Like destroyer. Now, obviously, we've sort of kind of moved on in terms of well, for some people anyway, in terms of the type of player now people want. But I'm just trying to figure out what does that look like. Obviously, it doesn't even matter to like forget what I think, forget what you think. It matters of what Iraola thinks. I think Enz and Dean spoke about this, and I think they spoke about this on the other day. Bro, he might look at some of the players in the team and think, "Yo, I've already got that. I've already got the type of player that I need." Obviously, I'm hoping he doesn't do a slot and you don't sign no one in the first season. I know it works well, but I would like for you to almost imprint what you're trying to imprint relatively quickly, because I do feel like it's going to help, especially with the World Cup as well. We ain't really got time. Do you get what I'm saying? Like there's going to be a lot of, kind of mixing around and blah, blah, blah. And we saw, obviously, with when Slot came in, there was, I think, the Euros, I think that was. I think it was Euros or World Cup, whatever that was, when Slot came in. So then it was like, okay, cool, let's, a couple of men were doing this, and then it took a bit of time. But even still, it's almost like you had to almost cram everything into this small patch of, okay, I can't really change it too much because these guys ain't even worked on it. And then it was almost like, and this is where I think Slot went wrong. When I felt, decided he wanted to almost implement his own style of football. Because remember, at the beginning of Slot's tenure, it was more about, oh, okay, I want to not change too much, but we're going to slow it down a little bit. Okay, cool, no worries. We're coming to the end of the night. We're going to throw on a 1-2 R&B, bit of slow jams, maybe throw in a couple in there. I get it. But we're going to still have a few, genuine Donnell Jones thrown in there. That's not a problem. But every now and again, I might throw in a Tyrese. I might throw in I don't know, Marcus Houston or something like that. Yeah, just to let people know that we're winding down. When he started to do that, that's when I felt, ooh, okay, now his football's starting to show. Liverpool from January onwards, just poor poor. Those first few months when he wasn't necessarily, we were still listening to the hip hop and R&B, and everybody was all shaking a leg and whatever. There was 1-2 dancehall, 1-2 bashment, and yeah, when all of that stuff was happening, yeah, it seemed like it was actually fine. But then as soon as you started to change it, that's when I felt like it was. And then it's almost like you just kept to that. Liverpool then signed players, some players leave, blah, blah, blah. But you kept to that. And once you stayed in that kind of mode, yeah, for me, it just kind of went pear-shaped. So I almost need Iraola to kind of decide if you're going to implement or you want to implement your style of football, I'm going to need you to do that from the jump. Like I need it first session that you have with the lads, whether it's the youngsters or not. That's what I need from you from the jump. Because I feel like if you can do that, it will just make it easier. It will just make it easier. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Man said I want to hear DMX, Eminem, Fitz. I don't need to hear all the time though. I don't need to hear throughout the whole night. I do want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to give a girl the eye. You know what I'm saying? Listening to one, but I don't need it the whole night. It's just you needed to have embedded that a bit better. It wasn't like the club closes at 3, but you're playing it at 1. What do you mean 1 o'clock? I'm hearing R&B and slow jams. No, that means it's almost like you've already mellowed me out now. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I needed it a little bit, a bit later. A bit later, if you was going to do it like that in the first place. Otherwise, you needed to have set that tone from early. Like you really needed to set that tone from early, so then it gives everybody enough time, even fans, to kind of get used to it. But remember, we saw fans are booing, but even at the beginning, fans weren't really, but we had a few, DMX tune came on, 50 Cent tune came on, Eminem tune, like we had a few of those moments. But as time kind of went on, now the people in the club now, they're sitting there thinking, I don't really want to hear this no more. Like I actually don't want to hear it. Now I'm getting bored. And when people start getting bored, that's when there's a problem. And I just think with Iraola, I guess with his style of football, I think that's not going to be necessarily the case. But again, I don't even know at this point though, but I'm just more guessing. And like I said, I'm just intrigued. I'm just genuinely intrigued. You know what I mean? Like I like Iraola. Like I said, I just think, let me see what you sign first. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's put it this way. I definitely don't have Liverpool winning no titles next season. That is not happening. But yeah, if it does, it'll be a mad shock to me. So yeah, we'd have to wait and see. Let me go through some of these comments, and then I think someone put up the Paul Joyce thing. I'm trying to find it. Well, I'll go through some of the comments, and then we'll go through like a team, and then we'll rap about what kind of players everybody's. I would actually like to know, because I feel like I never get to speak to you guys, which is my fault. I don't speak to you guys enough to realistically know. Okay, yeah, these are the kind of players. McAllister. I'm not seeing anything about McAllister. Whoever put that, if you can tell me where you saw it, if it is there, I've just typed in his name. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Savage. Is that you lot's kits next season? Fucking hell, it looks all right. Alexis McAllister could be moved on this summer. Bye-bye, baby. I like to say that it's been fun, but I'm not gonna lie. Bye, baby. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Wharton would evolve Iraola ball with quicker passing, but him and Kamara are the 2 midfielders. Maka and Jones need to go. You can keep Jones, but Maka gotta go. Maka gotta go. For real, for real. Kamara, Gomez, Sangare would be quality. I hear it. I hear it. Anfield set to G. Yeah, I just see it now. Anfield additional got it up there as well. That's mad. If they sign McAllister, that means Trent, McAllister, and Canut. That's crazy. That is crazy. That will kind of promote the stereotype that Liverpool is still a feeder club for teams like them, Barcelona, Real Madrid. Do you know what I'm saying? Because yeah, it's a bit mad. It's a bit mad. I see someone talk about Alex Scott. Alex Scott is meaty, man. I wouldn't say he's meaty. I definitely wouldn't say he's meaty. Really and truly, there's a possible handful of Bournemouth players who would start for a top Prem side. I agree with that. Obviously, like, I wouldn't sign Ryan Christie or nothing like that. But I to say he's meaty, nah, I feel like he's a good player, bro. I do feel like he's a good player. But again, like I said, good from far. That's my vibe this summer. Like I'm starting to rethink a lot of players that I liked. Do I just like them over there? And when they come over here, because I always seem to have an issue with certain players when I see them. Like I like Florian Wirtz from far, but now I'm watching him every week. I'm like, bro, you're kind of shit, man. Like I don't really think you. I was like, you're not as good as I thought you was. Like I thought you was way better than this. Like I thought Florian Wirtz was on a next level, like a completely next level. But now I'm watching him up close. I'm like, you're not really that guy. You're not really the guy that I thought you was. You might turn out to be, but right now you are so far from being that guy. Like I'm gonna now need like some Ballon d'Or level season from you just to change my own expectations of what I actually think that you are. And the ones that are, it's not like Caicedo can completely do it on his own. Yeah, that's true. You need like an Enzo Fernandez next to you. God, Romeo Lavia. If that brother just didn't stay injured, Jesus Christ, he's the type of player that I want in the midfield. Like that's if I can think of a profile of player, it's Romeo Lavia. That's the type of profile I think it works well in the Premier League as well because he's got that physicality anywhere about him. He's played in this league. You understand? I'm not saying him specifically, but that's the kind of profile I feel like could work in this kind of league. I genuinely believe so. I'm not saying you can't have any other kind of profiles next to you because even PSG have got different profiles, but that profile does work for me anyway. For me, but it's just one of those. Kamara is a Kante light. Yeah, but Kante ain't here, man. So we might have to do the Kante light. Not every day. You know what I mean? No sugar added. Sometimes no sugar is kind of good for you. You get what I'm saying? Like maybe that might work. Maybe Gomez hasn't been signed yet. Yeah, which is weird. That is very weird because I was gonna do a video on him potentially signing, but yeah, I genuinely thought he was going to Atletico. So I was like, there's not really any point if I'm being totally honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Listen, if Liverpool do some of the business, I will be far happier with the sales, than I would be with the incomings. I'm not gonna lie to you. The incomings are just whatever. Like I don't really care. Like I feel like because everybody's on like the same level, I feel like you're just signing the same player. Just he does something a little bit different. Yes, I don't really care about the incomings. It's the outgoings. That's what will let me know that Liverpool are moving in the right direction. Not necessarily the players who are coming in. Obviously, yes, they kind of do go hand in hand in a sense. But I just want to know what kind of players are you willing to let go? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and if you do let them go, obviously, then thereafter, what kind of players are you trying to bring in? I feel like that's how I'm going to be able to judge it. Like I said, I can't really judge it. And if I'm being honest, with the World Cup kind of coming as well, I'm not really that fussed and bothered right at this moment in time. But I am looking, I am looking, and I'm just like, yeah, okay. Let's see what you do. So if you let someone like a McAllister go, I'll be like, okay, yeah, bounce. And then obviously you need to let like Chiesa go, and then you need to let. There's a few players. Oh, if you let Gakpo go, that'd be so sick. Then I know, okay, yeah, we're really doing some shit. I'd be happy with a top four in the trophy. In I don't even need the trophy. Like I don't need the trophy in the first season. Like I don't need that. That was just great that Slot did that. I don't need that in the first season. Like I said, I'm just more about I need to see something. Obviously, trophy will be sick. I'm not saying don't take it, but I don't need it. Like that's not gonna be my determining factor. It will be more. Can I see the football? Can I see that you're going somewhere? Obviously, in season two, now you'll see my real expectations. But in season one, I'm like, I just need an identity. I need something that I can at least not every week. I'm missing games because I'm like I don't. They got to a point last season, and it was kind of early, and maybe towards the back end of the previous season. But they got to a point last season where I wasn't watching the games, but if a friend of mine would ask me about, yo, did you see Liverpool? I would give him like a few bullet points of what I thought would be happening in the game. Obviously, he might have watched the game himself. Once I've given him those bullet points, he would then be like, oh, yeah. And when someone agreed thinking like, and I'm like, bro, I didn't watch the game. He's like, oh shit, yeah, no, that actually happened. I'm like, how does that work? How do I know what happened and I didn't even see the game? That's too predictable now at this point. And it happened quite a few times where I'm telling him like I would have said to him like, yeah, like Liverpool, they're probably playing like slow back to back. Maybe Van Dijk kept holding the ball for so long, like he was drinking a cup of tea and yada. And yeah, we weren't intense enough. He was like, yeah, man. It was just I was like, what do you mean, yeah, man? I didn't watch the game. Like I shouldn't even know that. I shouldn't even know that. Like that's what we were going to. Big up, mister. Like that's crazy to me that I could tell, like I can read the games before, and that's when I know, yeah, your football is shite. Like I do not want to watch that. So if you can give me something else, then cool. G Isak and Verts completely popped the balloon for me. I hear it. G, when did you start streaming? Good to see. Come on, bro. I've been streaming. We've been streaming. I just don't stream a lot. That's the problem. I just don't stream a lot. I like to come in, you know what I mean? Like bang, every now and again kind of thing. I'm more of the videos kind of person. I prefer that. I think it's sometimes it's just a little bit easier for me as well, especially if like if I'm busy throughout the week. At least I've just got the content just kind of rolling all the time. But yeah, like I say, now we've got rid of the manager, you'll see more Liverpool streams. I can tell you that much. That's what I'm saying, G, because I already know the duds in our team. 100. I need to turn on the bell. Come on, bro. Come on, man. But it's all good, man. It's all love, man. Hope you're doing blessed, my bro. Hope you're doing blessed. Actually, Wharton could work in Iraola team, in my opinion, especially if he wants to evolve his style. Wharton is a good ball winner and can ping it 50, 60 yards from his own half. We really lack that. That last bit, just after the comma, that's exactly what Liverpool lack massively. Hence why I've had Dominic Szoboszlai as a right back. Not because I think he's some sick defender, because he definitely isn't. Liverpool lack that deep progression. Like it is, there's no one. I don't even need to cuss because you guys already know there is nobody. Nobody can do that deep progression. And other than Van Dijk, obviously. But when you're obviously last season, it wouldn't work anyway because Salah's being marked out of games and stuff like that. And Van Dijk's famous ball is over to Salah. Now what? Yeah, like you almost need. We need something else. When you had both Van Dijk and Trent, it creates a problem because Trent obviously is unique because he can pass the ball from anywhere. But Van Dijk, you always knew. But now it was like it's only Van Dijk, and if that ball gets blocked off or that pass gets blocked off, that's it. We have nothing else. There's no McAllister, no Gravenberch, no Curtis Jones, no whoever. None of them are able to do that. You got Florian Wirtz, who's supposed to be the number 10, dropping into these positions. He ain't pinging no 50-yarder. So now what are we doing? Now the ball, it has to travel across the floor, but when it's traveling across the floor, it's now problematic. It's all problematic. No, the ball is moving too slow, way too slow, and that's the issue. That's one of the issues. PSG let Man U take Ugarte and took Neves from their targets. PSG know Diamande will be better than Barcola. Don't let him go. I don't know about the Barc. We'll talk about that. I need to see philosophy. Exactly. That's the main thing. What are your reservations and/or concerns about the Iraola LFC future? For me, I'm cautiously optimistic. Hopefully, we deliver success. I think it's just that. But I don't. Again, I'm someone I think too much, like which is annoying. Like I always get into my own thoughts. So I'm cautiously optimistic. But again, do I like him from far? Do I just like what you was doing over there? Because it was at Bournemouth and I didn't have an expectation for you, and it felt like over there it's calm as opposed to being here at Liverpool. Remember those expectations, they get notched up quite a bit. You know what I mean? Like you can have a style of football, but especially in today's kind of day and age, that's only going to run for so long. People like me might give you some time, but it can only run for so long. Like it can't run forever. Did you get what I'm trying to say? Whereas at Bournemouth, he could do that for 3 seasons and wait about 3 or 4 seasons before he got that, even though Bournemouth were Bournemouth. Did you get what I'm saying? Like Liverpool, that's not going to work. If you don't win anything in your first season, it's almost like something needs to give. If you don't win anything at all, you need to either get really, really far in the cup competitions and have a really, really good league campaign anyway, just to combat that. If you don't, then people are going to start asking questions and blah, blah, blah. Hey, you might get sacked like a slot. Second season, again, like I said, that's when people's real expectations start to kick in because that's when it's like, okay, you've had a season now, you've embedded, you might only need 1 or 2 pieces, and then you can kind of take it from there. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I think that's kind of where it's going to be. That's where I'm kind of looking at it at the moment. But I want to see proper structure. Yeah, no, I say 100%, man. I think that's what it is. Just want to see structure. Zobo will struggle because he might have to make quicker decisions. Yeah, no, that's a true statement there. The horseshoe needs to stop, or at least need to see quicker passing and moving, especially them third man runs to break. Now that's something I did think about. Big up Badron. I saw your question. I will answer that in a sec. That is something I have thought about. When you play for Bournemouth, like in all the videos I've watched in the last like 3 or 4 days, it's not that he's not facing low blocks. His just way of trying to combat that is purely through the way that his team presses. So it is like Klopp in that sense. Klopp didn't have and obviously it's one of the things that frustrated me. He didn't have plan to break down a low block. It was just done through intense pressure, like constant pressure. and eventually a team will just will. And once they, excuse me, I think I'm getting ill. Once they just will, that's it. Like now the floodgates open. Iraola is kind of like that. He's not got that kind of like. Remember, he's not Enrique. He's not Pep Guardiola. He's not Enzo Maresca. He's not Xabi Alonso. They don't like. They've got ways where we've got different patterns of play in order and different types of combinations and things like that, specifically for breaking down teams. Like they've got that in their locker, right? As well as being able to go direct if they need to. Iraola, to me, from what I've seen of the videos, he doesn't really have that in his locker. What he's about is it is done through sheer intensity. Yes, the team can play football, obviously, but that's just more quality of the players, right? And he's got his own combinations, but they're not, would I say, built for a low block. That's where I feel I don't think I will mind in those kind of situations if you've got the quality to just be able to do that. Hence why players like Verts, players like Isak, players like whoever he decides to sign, this is where you earn your money. Because in these type of situations, this is where we need you to, okay, we can't break down this low block. Okay, show us your quality. Show us your quality, Verts. You're supposed to be the number 10. Show us your quality. Show us what you're all about. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of the thing with his style of football. His style of football is fine. They've got combination. Like it's a 2026 version of Jurgen Klopp's football. That's the only way I can even describe it. It's literally the 2026 version of a prime Jurgen Klopp football, right? So what I mean by that is I don't think it's better. I don't think it's worse. It's just a 2026 version. So if you think about trainers that came out back in the day, you know, they always bring out like the 2026 version of said trainer. They look a little bit different. They still have the same elements. They still look very, very similar. But yeah, you can see the shoe in itself. I think Nike just brought out the R10s just now. I think I just saw it just before I came on stream. It's like that. That's not exactly the shoe that I remember, but it is. I can see exactly what you're talking about, and I feel like that's exactly what Iraola, his football anyway, it kind of is. We've got a lot to do. We should be smart and get a few free signings. Yeah, I don't know why we're not trying to get Bernardo Silva and Lewandowski, but it is what it is. There are lots of very good players as free agents. Odegon for Canva for right back, and Senesi. I mean, I definitely would have done Senesi. Defense done. 3 midfielders, 2 forwards. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I don't think so. Gee, I think it'll be Wharton, Dom, Verts, or Grav. I just hope he doesn't play. Let me do that. Let's do the lineup. Let's do that. I just hope he doesn't play. You know what it is, people? I'm just tired of what do we use now these days for? I haven't done a lineup in time. What do people use? Lineup builder, yeah. Lineup builder? Yeah, lineup. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't really want like I don't want a what do you call it? A 4-2-3-1. I don't really want all of that. I can't lie to you, man. That's not really my thing, man. All right, let's sort this. So, this was starting to move a tad bit slow. All right, cool. I'm not gonna bother to put the team in. Let's just get the lineup in there. Give me 2 secs, folks. Guys, make sure you're smashing the like button as well. I want to say Dean said Jamie was going live at 11 or 10. I'll have a look. See, I have not used this in fucking ages. How do you even do this? Okay, cool. All right, 4-3-3. There we go. There we go. All right, mate. Let's get this done and dusted. What background should I put? I haven't had a background in so long. I don't even. All right, you guys can see it. Let's make the screen a little bigger. We go. There we go. All right. Okay, let's see what everyone's saying real quick. Gee, this manager like Klopp, I'll be huffing 60-yard balls to right. Yeah, potentially. Gee, are you okay with Cancelo at left back? I mean, for Barca, yeah. I mean, even for Liverpool, I'll be real. Yeah, even for Liverpool, yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. Zobo can cut, man. You, bro, Christian, I don't know what your beef with Zobo is, you know. I don't know. I thought that ad was something else. Do you give me a better defender than Kanate right now? Bro, I feel like you just put a gun to my head. I'm gonna start that though. 1-0 Turkey. Oh, he scored. I thought it was Turkey. I feel like they're not gonna start him like that, but if they do, I feel like they will do well. Mbappe is the one I look at and think, I don't know, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Are Real Madrid low key going financially unstable? They're constantly getting free handouts from Liverpool, PSG, etc. Are they just opportunistic? Real may be becoming Barca financially. I'm concerned. No, I just think they just know the leverage that they have. They're the biggest club in world football. Everybody would want to join them. When you've got that level of leverage, I don't feel like it's difficult for you to attract players. Like players are willing to run down their contracts. Do you get what I'm saying? All right, let's do this. So if I'm just thinking for Liverpool, for me, I want a 4-3-3, but I want that 4-3-3 to be a flat three. I don't want to start doing 4-2-3-1. I just want a flat three because I just feel like I have a lot more I can do with a flat three as opposed to when it's like a 4-3-3, but you got like one DM, two eight. I feel like I'm not giving myself enough. You almost have to then make sure you've always got a replacement for almost every, like in the midfield anyway, for every position. Kind of thing. Okay, I need a specific DM because that DM's out. I need the number 8. In this, I feel like now we're gonna do all doing the same kind of jobs. Yes, there's going to be a player in there who might be a tad bit more forward thinking. Yes, there might be a player who might be a little bit more defensive thinking. That's just natural, right? Just in terms of the player. But we're all gonna kind of do the same job. Obviously, we're gonna do that job to a different level, but yet, thank you, Krishan. You know, sometimes I can't get my words out. Plug and play. Plug and play. Let's go with goalkeeper. So we'll go with Allison for now because I know Liverpool basically put a gun to his head, but to me, I feel like he's gonna stay. Left back, if I had a choice, Liverpool definitely need to sign a left back. Like, there's no way that you go like Simicast cannot stay here, bro. I'm sorry, guys. He can't. Like, I'm gonna put Kirkes, but I'm just trying to think. There are other left backs out there, man. I feel like Liverpool just ain't trying hard enough, like, but we'll put Kirkes there. Right back. Let's go centre back first, actually, because that's a bit easier. Virgil. Now, you see, obviously, I might put Jacquet there, yeah, but I saw better people like we were talking about Van Heck earlier on, and I saw kind of the reaction to some people talking about like Van Heck's a good defender, guys. What people don't like remember if Liverpool, the hierarchy, are saying that they are going to trust in what's his name, Leone and Jacquet. We don't need to sign Bastoni at this moment in time. Like it's going to be supposedly Jacquet and Leone anyway. So if they're the two, I'm kind of just like I just need a very competent centre back, like someone that is very very fine. Like Lacroix. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I would sign these kind of 70 mil. Yeah, that's the mad thing. That is the 100% Godwin. Yeah. That's where I'm like, nah, you're not that guy. But you are a guy that if you told me 40 million, I'll be like, oh yeah, why don't you guys just? And maybe that's probably the reason why Liverpool wouldn't go out there. Yeah, Alfonso Davis is annoying. I'm just trying to think. Come on, guys, give me some names. I'm seeing Van Heck, Senesi, Lacroix. If I had to pick between all of those, I'll probably go Lacroix. I think he's really, really good. Murillo at Jerry mentioned him the other day. I was like, fucking yeah, I forgot about Murillo. Yeah, Grimaldo. But I would get a Grimaldo. Yes, he's older. I get that, but he's very good to be able to come in for a Kirkes. I don't need him for 10 years. What? Don't Liverpool ain't got no youngsters? And why does everything need to be like a 10-year plan? Why can't it just be, oh, this is just like a plan for the medium, and then we can think long term and then that's where you can start looking at. I don't know, man. I don't feel like we do that enough, man. Everything is always, yeah, this is going to be for the next 10 years. You sign Florian Wirtz for like a 6-year deal. Yeah, or what? I'm like, not everything is a 6-year deal. Players might leave in that time. Now what? Sometimes I just want it to be, can we just have a plan for the time being? And then we can also have those other plans once we've already started this fucking plan. Do you know what I'm saying? What other centre backs are you guys talking about? I don't know. They're going to ask tonight. I like Lacroix, Schlotterbeck. I mean, I like Schlotterbeck. He's all right. I don't think he's that good as everyone keeps making out, but I think he's all right. I'm gonna put Lacroix. I like Lacroix. Merci Lacroix. All right, and then right back, right back. I like KOD. Obviously, Palestra is another player, but he's a young player. I really think Liverpool need to just be easy with these young players and stuff like. I feel like you're going down that Chelsea route, and yeah, that route ain't as cracked. It isn't as cracked up as it seems to be, should I say? But I like Palestra from the videos that I have seen. But I would be going with someone like a KOD from being 100. I just like KOD. I just feel like he's a really, really good, solid player. I mean, Patro from PSG, come on, bro. Like, if you can sign him, then amazing. He's like one of the best centre backs in the world. Zabini. Forgot about the Zabini. Is definitely another one. I can't lie. I can't lie. And he's played under Iraola. But I feel like Zabini and Lacroix are like the same level. So either one, either one, either one. Every time I watch Van Heck, he's always at the crime. He's always at the crime scene. Yeah, that's like watching Kanate though. I'm saying he's always there, but it's not always his fault. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, scraps. I agree. I feel like they're gonna play Jacquet anyway. Kunde, I like Kunde. Rising from Dortmund, yeah, I feel like he's a decent player. Rico Henry is a player but he had that injury, so I don't know what that's gonna look like now. You know, epic. I'm gonna start my next video, one of my videos I'm gonna do is about left backs because I need to find out some good left backs. I'm gonna go KOD for the time being. Let me just go KOD. All right, cool. So I'm just looking at that. Do I like the look of that? I feel like it's got height in the centre back area, but the fullbacks are definitely short. They are definitely short. But what it has got is Premier League experience. And then if you got Jacquet and Leone, we'll see if we can upgrade. We'll just get through the team. We'll see what it looks like. I'm also hearing that Liverpool might get Hincapie. Since when? Yeah, of course I'll take Robinson. Robinson's the one I wanted over. I wanted Robinson and I wanted Aït-Nouri. I think Kirkes is calm. He was playing a bit like a crackhead, but I think he is calm. But that wasn't the one I wanted originally. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. It was Aït-Nouri first, and then Sav put that into my thinking. I was like, okay, cool. Oli Van Dijk is like very good on the ball. The Bournemouth centre back, what's his name, man? Not Senesi, who's the other one? The light skin guy. I want to say Hall or Hill. He's actually really good. Lewis Hall, yeah, we can't get Lewis Hall, man. Actually, I don't know about that. Actually, I don't know because I heard Man United are trying to sign him. I would sign Lewis Hall and just have him and Gurkha's battling it out. Yeah, do that for his league challenge level for LFC. You think so? I feel like you know what it is. It's Premier League ready backline. That's all I do know. All of four can play in the Premier League. That I can guarantee you because they've all done it to a decent level. All right, midfield. Adam, have to have him in, bro. Yeah, Livermento, but he gets injured, and I proper fucks with Livermento. Yeah, I just need a passer in there, man. Like I need someone who it's not going to be like hot potatoes when that ball comes into the midfield. Like I don't need all of that kind of energy. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, I need Adam. Either side of him. I want to say Lim Kamara, and that is my choice. But something that's telling me that he ain't gonna come. But I'm not 100% sure. And what's mad now, the third choice, right? Obviously, I've seen people saying Verts. It's so crazy. When I think of a Liverpool 11, I don't necessarily think Verts immediately. And I almost don't think of him in that position. But I do get what everyone's saying, so to speak. Because I don't know if Liverpool are going to, because if they sign Diamonde, they're not going to be able to sign Bradley Barcola unless PSG have got another winger that they can sign. It's mad. We signed this guy for 116 million, and I'm still questioning whether I even want him in a team like that. I'll put him in the team for now. But I almost feel like I don't know if I want him in this position. What it will mean though is that I do think having him in this kind of position, my thing with this is that whether it's him, whether it's him, even if it's him, you can all rotate. Like there doesn't need to be this kind of, okay, let's say it's these two as the eights, just as an example, right? You could do that. Whether it's okay, it's going to be Adam Wharton sitting in the eighth kind of position, you can do that as well. Obviously, we know that Florian Wirtz is going to want to, be in these kind of areas here. Okay, no problem. We can then sit in a two if we then need to. Like it just offers me something a little bit different, as opposed to just sticking him here and saying, all right, well, you two, for example, are going to chill in this position here, and we're just going to kind of leave it at that. You guys are going to have to be that. Like, I just need a bit more fluidity, because what ends up happening, and when I put other players, you'll see it. When he does this and he wants to flip and pick up the ball from God knows who in this position, now you've just got no one there. And usually the wingers are pushed, like, are further back as well. Now you've just got the one striker just sitting there. And you're like, okay, well, who's giving him the ball? Like, we need to give the ball to you here. Like Wharton needs that pass into you there. Lemmin needs that pass into you there. Like you being in these kind of stupid positions at times was kind of pointless. Hence why I was like, you know what, then maybe put him in the midfield in itself, which then can allow for anyone else to be in that position. And I feel like Wharton more so, I feel like he is comfortable in and around the edge of the box. He can find those passes. He's got composure. You know what I mean? So I feel like him even being here, if I ever saw that, where it's like, oh my goodness, Wharton's on the edge of the box. It's not like when I see Gravenberch there, it's like a deer in the headlights. You can see it immediately, not comfortable in that kind of area. And that's fine, because that's just not his game. But at least I feel Wharton actually is. So yeah, that's just more my thinking. Hence why I'm not necessarily looking at it as so much of a 4-2-3-1 or 4-1-2 and whatever. Like I'm just more like, no, it's just a 4-3-3, and then yeah, go from there. Slot link to Fulham. That's jokes. But you know what? I feel like he would just be calm there. I feel like he would be super. I feel like he would have gone Spurs if they didn't hire De Zerbi. But yeah, people. That's kind of my that's my thinking. Let's put Isak in there as well. Now the wing positions. This is where it gets fucking tricky. Let's just go with Diamande, because I guess that's the one that everybody wants to see. Yeah, all right, cool. Now the left wing position. This is where I'm like, what does that look like? What does that look like? Yeah, I'm semi feeling. You know what it is? I feel like you can have Wirtz in that position. Okay, so I'm gonna give you like an example, right? Morgan Rogers, Doué, like they're so similar in that they are the wingers on paper, right? Like on paper, that's the position I guess that they always get put in, but they move very central and they're so comfortable in central areas. I feel like Wirtz is the exact same as that, where he prefers doing all this anyway. Like he prefers being there. So then now, if you put him on the left wing, you can sign your other midfielder if you want, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? You can have your other, whoever other midfielder you want, you guys can have that now. So, and Alex Scott, I just see Mr. Signed it. Sangare, like I feel like you can then do that kind of thing and maybe have an even more stability in that position. I'm just trying to come up with ideas, guys. Like I'm not saying any of it is factual, or I'm just literally, again, scraps. This is what I'm saying. I would rather have Rogers than Wirtz, but you get what I'm trying to say. This is my thinking, is that I just think we don't have functionality. Like everybody has to stick to one position. Hence, probably why a Diamande makes sense in a sense, because we can't seem to play where midfielders can rotate into other positions. He has to be a six. He has to be a number 8. Gravenberch can't play as a 6, so he has to be a number. I'm like, what? Like, bro, like, how do you expect to kind of develop? How do you not even develop? How do you expect to get better as a team if unless you've got fucking Xavi, Busquets, Iniesta, and all these guys, which is never going to happen, bro? We need a bit more functionality. I need a Bernardo Silva in the team, someone who can play multiple positions. I need a Doku. Yes, he primarily plays on the left, but can play on the right. I need a Reinders. I need a Stone, someone who can play midfield, but in defense as well. I need an Ake, centre back, left back. I need a Hincapié. I need a Mars Lewis Skelly. I need a Nico O'Reilly. I need a Calafiori. I need a Timber. Hear the names I'm saying, guys. Like these aren't like not all of them are like world class players. They're just really good players, but they can all do different things. For us, it's like we know. I know with this brother can only do this. Kirkes can only do that. That is it. Can't do this. Can't get in these. He can only do this. The cool, whatever. It is what it is, right? He is kind of the same. He can only really do this. I don't know how well and how comfortable I think he would be in those other kind of positions. So it's like, okay, well, you're kind of restricted now with your back line. Cool. So that means we need it from somewhere else then. So midfield and the attack. That's what I'm looking at. If you're going to restrict your defense so much so where they can only play in these kind of set roles and positions, can we like, I don't know, just jazz it up a bit? I don't know, man. Sometimes I just think, like when it gets basic like this, I just feel like it becomes easier to play against, like very, very easy. And that's what then creates problems. Do you know what I mean? Moving forward. Give me 2 seconds, people. Let me put this on. So I had to put this on. Though. Yeah. Steve. Brentford fans are hot and cold on him too. Yeah. Justin is right. Sade, he seems all right. That left wing position. Is Rio even on here now? I remember before he wasn't even here. No, I don't think he's here, really. He said, what, he still ain't put Rio on it? Oh, there he is. There he is. I still don't really even agree with like a Rio, though. You know what I'm saying? Like not yet. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really look at Rio and think, yeah, you're ready now. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, but the team isn't half bad. Do you get what I'm saying? It isn't half bad. He is obviously primarily left, so he's only really going to do this kind of. Well, yeah, he's only really going to go down the line, to be fair, and maybe cut in, which potentially might then allow for Kirkes to come on the outside. Yeah, I guess. But he's not good enough to go in the middle. You know, like Doué can sit as a striker, Kvaratskhelia can sit as a makeshift striker for the time being. Diaz can also do the same thing. He's not good enough to do that. So if I then did want Isak to kind of go out of a position here, I just don't see this happening at all. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I really, really don't. Again, this is why having Verts in that position, Verts can do that. Can't. But I feel like he can. I feel like he's a bit more comfortable doing it anyway. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to think about functionality and bare other things because I'm just like, you guys ain't really, you're not really offering me much. Do you get what I'm saying? What about Cambieso? Yeah, Cambieso was another one I liked. I like him. I feel like someone else is going in for him this summer. Can't remember who it was though. Can't remember who it was. Slotterbeck over Lacroix. Yeah, maybe. I don't feel like the difference in level is enough for me to be that bothered. Like that price that it's going to take for you to get Schlotterbeck to then still have to move Van Dijk over to the right hand side. We ain't got a clue what that looks like. I feel like you can just get Lacroix and just be done. What players are you trying to accommodate in the team? It's works good enough as a stationary playmaker. Midfield tree is best utilized a roaming midfielder. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. This is why I'm like, if you're gonna put him, if you're gonna have him as, I don't want him as like just a 10. Like you need to be able to just be able to swap. How did I say that? You need to be able to kind of swap and rotate with your other midfielders. Like let others get in those positions. Did you get what I'm saying? Like I should be able to see Erdegaard. I should be able to see Rice. I should be able to see Zubomendi in other areas of the pitch, which I do. Same with Manchester City. Like I should be able to kind of see that. I just feel like when things are too stationary, the problem that you have is that if it's not working, you don't have anything else. Like because your team is set up in that way. Now, obviously, if you've got elite players in those positions, then it doesn't matter. Like then you can just have that. Like you can have this player in that position, and you don't need to, keep chopping and changing it. When you don't, which none of these players are, that's when I feel you start having issues later on down the line. Do you get what I'm saying? Because that's when it becomes all about it just needs plan A just needs to work. And remember with Klopp, there was no plan B was plan A, but just better. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just long. It's just long. Rio has a lot. Yes, I'm saying Rio, fantastic player. We know, listen, he's away with England right now, helping them out 100%. I hear that. But I'm just saying Right now, I don't know about all that, Rio. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be mad surprised if he just went bang next season. I'll be mad surprised. Schlotterbeck. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't feel like like there's not much difference. There's really not. Like, the gap between the two is not that big. That functionality you're talking about is exactly why Pep dominated and Arteta won. Exactly. Arteta, look at his back line. Hincapié, left back, centre back, or left wing back, but can also fill in at centre back if worse came to worse. Timber, right back, centre back, DM. Obviously, Gabriel Saliba are the two centre backs, no problem. Ben White, right back, centre back. Who else is in there? Mosquera, right back, centre back. Mars Lewis Skenny, left back, midfielder. Calafiori, left back, centre back. Played as a centre back in Italy. So yeah, can fill in those two positions. What do Liverpool have that can match that level of functionality? Even Declan Rice can fill in at centre back, but I guess that's like our Gravenberch, right? So you've got that. Declan Rice obviously can play in all midfield positions. Martin Odegaard, central midfielder or an attacking midfielder. Yeah, I guess the wing positions is the only position. Like Madueke can play left and right. Trossard can play left and right. Martinelli can only really play left, but he's played right. But let's say he can only really play left, and then Saka. So you can have a few players in just normal positions. That is fine. And they primarily stay there. That is also fine. But can we have a little, and I'm not asking for a lot of people, but can I just have a little functionality? Just a little. No Zobo. If I don't have him at right back, I don't really feel Zobo needs to be in the team. Like, I'm going to be honest. Somerville is a cheaper shout for a squad. Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. Damsgaard. I like Damsgaard. I was talking to a Brentford fan the other day. I don't know who, if you're here in the chat or if you are that Brentford fan, he was speaking about Damsgaard and he spoke because I was speaking about Florian Wirtz and he spoke about how Damsgaard in his first season wasn't really popping, but then from there it then just became really, really good. I was like, that could be a shout. I like Damsgaard a lot. I think he's really, really good. Thoughts on Barcola? I like Barcola. I like Barcola more than I like Yandy on Monday. I know that much. A Roman number 10 doesn't work in the Prem. Yeah, bro. Christian, I'm with you. We should be looking at Nusa's another good player. Akliush is a good player. I need to watch that as the Azuli guy. I need to watch him a bit more. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do one on him. Maybe I'll do a report on him because he's one that I see people talking about all the time. Especially recently anyway. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about him. Said Almala as well. He's another one. I need to watch him. Plan B was Origi. Hundo. Hundo. Can't lie, Isak is about to be in the red zone every year, bro. 35 million feels like a steal. Who's that for, Doctor? Nusa ain't very good. When I watch Leipzig watching Diamonde, it was pretty yeah, I hear it. Diamonde better than Nusa. Yeah, I hear that as well. Isak was a very good press at Newcastle. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Functionality and fluidity would make us. It would. This is what I'm saying, Godwin. Like, I'm not saying this to just say this. Like, I promise you that's how much faith I have in what I'm saying. I promise you, functionality is where football is heading. Yes, Premier League is all guts and all this, like guts, no glory, all this rubbish. I hear that. All intensity. Yeah, I hear all of that. But I promise you, like going forward in the future, in the next 3 to 5 years, it's gonna be about functionality, man. You're gonna need it as a team. If you ain't got players that can play in several positions, the top managers, that's what they're looking for. Can this player play? Or when I say play in different positions, can you operate in a certain area of the pitch and you're not getting nosebleed settings? I don't need you to necessarily play there, but can you operate? Lemon Kamara, can you stay wide right every now and again because I need you to defend that right flank for whatever reason? Wharton, can you defend that left flank for whatever reason? Wirtz, can you operate in another area of the pitch, whether it be as a false nine, as maybe the DM, whatever? Like, it doesn't really matter. Can you operate in these zones just for the time being and not feel uncomfortable when you are in those zones? That's what the top teams are doing at this current moment in time. And I feel like that's what you need to do. That's why I get so frustrated when I watch Liverpool because everything is so in one dimensional. It's just he can only play here and he can only operate here. That is it. And then because he can only operate here, when he doesn't play, now it's a problem because the one guy who can operate in that position can't, he's not here. So, and the other guy can't even do that. It can't even operate in that position that well. So now we're kind of pissed. It's just annoying. It's like, come on, come on. But yeah, in terms of wingers, I'll be real. Rio would be my bench guy. I probably would just end up like, I don't think it, I honestly don't feel like they're gonna get both. I feel like it has to be one or the other. Guys, other left wingers, man. Who's another one that everyone likes these days? Rayan is good, man. He's so fucking good. He's really good. I feel like I hope he can what do you call it? Do well in the World Cup. I hope he does. I'm trying to think, man. Who's other left wingers? Yeah, nah, Gorich. I ain't even trying to. Right, you lot getting onto Rihanna is better based on what? Oh, you lot arguing about thing. Somerville. Let's be real. It's going to be Gakpo and Diamande realistically. Yeah, you're just real fun at parties, isn't it? Fucking that, mate. They got Godwin. It's mad, isn't it? Like that left wing market is not popping at all. It is not popping at all. Yeah. It really is not popping, boy. Boy, definitely. I mean, you will have pace on the wings if you have those two. I'll tell you that much. We need a left-sided centre back who can also play left back to rotate with Kirkes and VVD. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what I want. This is like I need that. I need you to be able to. Oh, what we need to give VVD a rest. All right, you come in, but we can still have Kirkes there. So you still kept the majority. Not now because you've got him there. Kirkes got no man. We can still have that player there. You get what I'm saying? So you're right. You're right. You lot are flipping hilarious, man. Hey, you lot, man, it's evening time. It's kind of warm outside. Come on, man. Chill out, man. Chill out. You're all good. Nah, Christian, bro, you can talk, man. You can talk, man. Don't be silly, man. Don't be silly. Everyone, chill out. I said, can't be an adult, bro. Doctor, you're silly. Slaughterbeck. Yeah, Slaughterbeck, kind of. Yeah, I hear it. Yeah, you might need a little cuppa in that. That's it. That's it. A little rum. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. But now I'm trying to think, man. This left wing market is actually peak. Because off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody. Like, usually I'll have like a name, like I want this guy, I want that guy, or maybe even this guy, or I'll take that other guy. God, now you got me thinking of a player like Martinelli and that, like, because I feel like he's gonna leave. Yeah, I feel like he and Trossard are probably gonna leave, or one of them is definitely leaving. Like who that is, I don't know. Kamada, I like Kamada. Hey man, these are. I would wait to sign someone like him. Like I wouldn't get him now, but I like where your head is. I like where your head is at in terms of your thinking. That so yeah. I hear it. Right wing is even worse. You know what? You know what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna do this together, guys. We are gonna do this together. All right. Best wingers in the world. This is sometimes what I type. Sometimes, like, I'll just type this and be like, all right, boom. Let's just go through this. What's the date today? All right. Let's see if we can do this instead. I'm just gonna quickly run through this real so that in case it's just pointless. Because if there's none that we would actually sign or we can sign, then it's pointless. Oh yeah, no, we can't sign any of these. Due, Saka, Diaz, Vinicius Jr., Kvaratskhelia, Elise, Doku, Rafinha, Dembele, yeah, we can't sign none of these guys. That is peak. Rodrigo and Yildiz is on there. Marcus Rashford is on there. Leao's on there. Yeah, no, there's that list was getting a bit short. That list was getting a bit short though. Yeah, that list was getting a bit short. There was not a lot of wingers when I typed in, and bro, I tried to go for like the top 20 as well. Yeah, nah, man, I can't lie. You, I'm gonna have to really sit down and think of that one. I'm gonna have to really sit down. But yeah, that's the kind of team. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Big up JJ, man. I'm gonna jump off soon anyway. I'm gonna jump off soon, man. It's late and I'm tired. I've still got a few bits I need to do. Um, Hope you're doing blessed on my boy. Run me a 40-year-old. Bro, I'd rather take Messi. I'll tell you that for free. Dear Monday is not worth 112. I don't know who I don't know who Liverpool are gonna sign. Like I said, I don't know. Like for me, I'm looking at like Morgan Rogers. Like, can't you try and I just feel like he can play in that position. I genuinely believe he can just do that. And then you can actually swap between him and Florian Wirtz. Like you could let me put him in there. Yo, lineup builder. You see you in your ads, man. Like, don't make me have to sign up. Oh, don't tell me Rogers is literally spelled. God, so basic. Um, you can do this sometimes. I feel like these two can always do that between each other. Pause. That sounded mad. But I feel like new season of Ricky Moy. Um, those two can always swap positions, whether it be attacking midfield, whether it be left wing. They can always do that. Do you get what I'm saying? Hence why I keep saying I just feel like having Verts as a number 10, I don't really want all of that. I need a bit more fluidity, and I just feel like leaving him up there to just do this, and he wants to come back here for some fucking reason, which I don't know why. I feel like you can leave him here in these positions. You can leave him here, man. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. I'll take another look at this in regards to positions and things like that. But I feel like that team's all right. Like I said, I ain't got no expectation to win the league or nothing. So to me, that team can finish in the top four. That's the way I'm looking at Liverpool. I'm like, I feel like that could finish in the top four. Because if you still keep Gravenberch, Zabozalai, obviously Eki when he comes back, whoever the backup striker is, you've still got Rio. You need obviously another left back, right back. You've still got options in Frimpong, who can also play right wing. Still got Bradley. Defenders, you've still got Jacquet and Leone. Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? It's only really the midfield where you're gonna maybe need some depth, maybe potentially. But yeah, I feel like that should finish in the top four. Like, I will be surprised if you couldn't finish in the top four with that. Do you get what I'm saying? But G got Wirtz right back. Yeah, listen, I just don't want Wirtz. Yeah, sell. Yeah. I definitely want to sell him. I don't want to sell him. I mean, I want to sell McAllister. I think he's rubbish. I think he's rubbish. But yeah, man, listen, G is splashing the cash with that team. Diamande, Rogers, Wharton, Lamin, Coyote, Lacroix. Yeah, screw it. Like, that's gonna cost me about like 400 bill. Well, Liverpool need to spend money. They need to spend money, bro. Like, listen, they put themselves in this situation by getting shitty players last season and it didn't work. So now we need to spend money again. You know what I'm saying? Because now you've fallen even further behind than you was before. So now we need to spend that money again. Do you get what I'm saying? But we'll see, man. We'll see. But listen, gonna end it there. Big up to everybody. Of course, like I said, I will have a video dropping tomorrow, just looking at Iraola, looking at just everything to kind of surround him, and also just in terms of how he plays. But I have already got a video out that you guys can watch from his time, obviously at Bournemouth. In terms of that's a bit more in depth than maybe the one I'm going to drop tomorrow. So you guys can obviously go and check that out. You need money. You need to spend money to make money. Hundo, bro. Like, who told you? Come on. I think I answered that question before from thing. I think this is the one I'm going to look at. G, give me a better defender than Kanate right now. Do you just mean in general, or do you just mean available? Gabriel Saliba, Pacho, Marquinhos. I don't feel like I like Bastoni, but I feel like he's probably the same level. I feel like he's the same level as Upamecano. I can't even lie. But I have Upamecano kind of a high level though. I feel like people don't rate him. I don't know why. I feel like they're the same. Yeah, those are the two. Those are the two. Or those are the few, should I say? Sorry. Gee, who's the winger that will suit Liverpool style right now? Fucking it, mate. I actually think it would probably be like Yan Diamonde and Barcola, probably. Just their level of direct. I don't know though, because Rayan isn't really quick like that, but he's got good. I'm saying he's good, good technique. I would, because I can't think off the top of my head. Maybe, maybe Barcola and Yan Diamonde. Maybe those two. But then I could equally say Justin Cliver though. Hmm. I really need to see Iraola play. Like I actually just need to see what it looks like with Liverpool. I feel like I'm trying to think of how he plays with Bournemouth too much, and that's Bournemouth. That could only get you to that level. I'm trying to figure out, but how do I get further than that? If that kind of makes sense. So yeah, I'll go with Diamonde and think for now because I can't think of anybody else. Balde from Barca. I mean, he hasn't been playing like yeah, but just leave the Barcelona. Leave them alone. Would you not get Diamande, Bowen, and Somerville? Jesus. That won't fill anybody with any optimism if you got those three. I, I don't think anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? So I am a little bit like, oosh, 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 oosh. Ira doesn't play with two wingers. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. But guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Make sure you guys, of course, smash the like button. There's merely one winger, then one who operates in the pockets. So you see what I said about Florian Wirtz on the left hand side. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm with the midfield three. Zobo, Grav, Drake, and there you go. Did you get it? Having Gravenberch and Sobozalai as your backup are good backups. I don't think anybody's going to get mad at having them as a rotational piece. It's because they are the starters, and then they're not even at a good enough level. But because they are the starters, and the next people after that are at like whatever level that is, that's why people get mad with the midfield. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Maybe we need to just change it up a little bit. But listen, I'm more than confident we'll be talking more about this. This will be the last live I do this week, unless I do one on Sunday. Yeah, probably I'll be back on Sunday properly. G wanted Cherry over with Cherry over with Fallon. Yeah, I'll probably be back properly on Sunday itself. I'm gonna chill out this weekend. I might have a few videos dropping, but yeah, but I'm likely I'll be back on a Sunday. So yeah, I'll see what's kind of going on in terms of news wise and stuff like that. But look out for the videos. I will, like I said, I will have one tomorrow morning on Iraola anyway, so you guys can obviously watch that for the weekend. I'm trying to think if there's anything else happening. I mean, there's no football in it, so we're just waiting for the World Cup. Oh, I've got loads of videos coming for the World Cup. To be fair, so I might record a few more of those. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Shout out to everybody who locked in. Please make sure you smash a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys soon, man. I'll catch you guys real soon. How do I? There we go. Peace.